like to invite Steve. Steve Lau is the chair of the Chinese in Britain Forum, where they have conducted a very new research that was launched last year in December on new migrants to London. Steve, over to you.
If I can be honest with you, when Nikki asked me to speak today, I wasn't really too sure whether I should. The Chinese don't like controversy. We don't like to rock the boat. And certainly immigration is very controversial, particularly as we're entering into the height of the election. I'll be honest, I don't completely understand the economic arguments. You can be pulled in one direction or another. Even the social cohesion arguments, there are different opinions. And by the time we get to political discussions, it's completely confusing. So why am I here? As Nikki mentioned, the Chinese have been informed with London School of Economics and the research organisation ESRO produced a report on new Chinese migrants to London, which we can translate into just about any part of the UK. Part of the report, I'll be honest with you, is difficult. Parts are difficult to accept. As I say, the Chinese don't like controversy, and there's certainly some controversial statements in the report. Difficult to believe at times, and certainly difficult to think that the situations, that the circumstances described in the report actually happen in this great city that we love and that we are proud to call our home. And yet there are things about many migrants which we can't be proud about. Because we're talking about people who are more marginalised than the most marginalised of mainstream society. More excluded than the most excluded of mainstream society. And certainly more difficult to reach than the most difficult to reach of mainstream society. But there's something about this report which is not difficult, well, not difficult for me, and I hope not difficult for you. I hope it won't be difficult for you to see beyond the narrative, beyond the statistics, and beyond the false names in the case studies, and to see that what this report is actually talking about are real people, are individuals who are often in the most dire situation. And for that reason, not for the economics, not for the community or social cohesion arguments, and certainly not for political arguments, but out of compassion for people in the situation they find themselves in, I would urge you to support the campaign. And I'd actually go one step further, not simply to support the campaign, but to make a commitment to work together to ensure that we never find ourselves in this situation ever again.
I'm going to invite Leslie. Leslie is the president of the of London Chinatown Chinese Association. Leslie.
It's my honour to come here today. The presentation by Nikki and to find this release and press release. As you know, the London Chinatown Chinese Association, where most of the members in Chinatown, about 99% of all the members are working in business in Chinatown for the last 40 years. Developing Chinatown is a very important part of the London tourist sport. The local government, the Westminster Council, the British government has been supporting and working very closely to build this Chinatown as it is today. The very funny thing is, if you remember in the 2007, I think the 2007 we had the raid by the UK British agency, and then after that, when the Prince Charles came to Chinatown, and then he wanted to build the best Chinatown in the whole world. So to me, it's a joke. And what we find out now is most of our members are struggling to get, not saying skilled workers, just workers. Because, as Thomas said, most of our second or third generation children are in higher qualification, and they may not have the interest to carry on what their parents are doing. And at the same time, Chinatown, we are building our reputation, but without the support by the government. The new system, the new immigration system, the new manifesto from the Labour Party, from Tory Party recently, it doesn't have that at all. And they're putting all the hurdles and barriers to stop all the skilled workers, the chef workers, to come to UK. And they have already started last year to set out all these new qualification like the tier 1, tier 2, whatever they call it. And then you require the chef to have an NVQ 3 English level, which is more or less like equivalent to the GCSE. And I think some of the local English children, they can't even pass that test. And how on earth they expect the Chinese chef to come to UK to work, and you have this qualification. And what we find out in the existing Chinatown, the quality of the food, because of the shortage of the staff, that we can't provide a better service, a better quality for the Chinese food, which is the same. And then, as you know, the Boris Johnson is keep saying that how to develop, how to make 2012 a successful Olympic Games, and then they require about 5,000 chefs or more to get these Olympic Games run as smoothly and to make London as a landmark, to welcome all the foreigners, all the foreign tourists who come to join this Olympic Games. So we feel it's very important and urgently need the government to have more migrants workers who come from abroad. And at the moment we have a lot of irregular migrants already existing in London, in UK. And they can contribute a large proportion of inland revenue, taxes, if they allow them to have a status to work. And it will help London, and it will help the whole UK on whatever aspects. And Chinatown do need these workers who can come and join our community and promote Chinatown. And the shortage of workers, which is an ongoing problem. And LCCA, the London Chinatown Chinese Association, will encourage everyone in UK or in the whole area to support this event, which is really take part on the 3rd of May, to voice their views, support, and to lobby the government, whatever the new government coming in, to look into this problem very seriously and give us a solution which we already find a better way that will work. And I wish everybody from today's press release can come and join us on the 3rd of May. And we will encourage our member in Chinatown to take part in this event on the 3rd of May and to show their support.